you can correct me if I'm wrong, but this is your first feature,
Yes.
is it? Yes.
Correct.
Excellent. How was it as your first feature? What did you learn? You know, how was it for you, the experience?
Well, there was a lot of learning for sure. There's 40 people on the set, and we're all trying to achieve the same thing, and there's actors on the set. And I was very fortunate to be able to work with such great actors, like Adnan here, whose work I've known from theatre days onwards. And I've always had him in mind, you know, when casting. So I think it's been my privilege to be able to work with the people that I have worked with.
By the way, best thing is that, you know, the way kind of shooting was very tough. We worked in -15, and this, my director, we even have some rest days, but she was constantly working on these in very tough, really tough conditions. You have no idea. You can just imagine. And the way things happened, that was great. You know?
Well, we were filming in the Gilgit-Baltistan area, which is internationally known as the disputed area between India and Pakistan. So there was a lot of security challenges to address, a lot of logistical challenges, and, you know, just the sheer idea of being on the road for 2 months to shoot this road trip film. It was a pretty energetic commitment.
You need some courage to do so.
And courage, yes.
Man, I mean, looking at the, you know, it's not as if I completely stalked you and everything, but I found that you'd done quite a bit of work for the UN and the YWCA as well. Can you tell us a bit about your experiences there and if it had any impact on the film as well?
I worked for a year and a half at the World YWCA in Switzerland, and it was again a great privilege to be able to work with so many women on their stories, on their work, and that's where I actually heard the story that inspired me to go on this filmmaking journey as well. And it was a story of this woman from the tribal areas of Pakistan, and how she tries to find a new life on the road, and that became the impetus or the seed for this film Dukhtar that I wrote. And again, you know, the idea really is it's inspired by women's stories that are often buried in societies, the stories of their courage and dignity in the face of so much opposition. And I believe one way to empower our society or women is really to be able to bring their stories to the fore, and that really was a very strong motivation for me.
Excellent. How does it feel for the film to be accepted as Pakistan's official entry into the Academy Awards?
It's thrilling. It's exciting.
It's exciting.
I think for us in Pakistan, we're at a very exciting stage in our own industry, which is still learning to stand up on its 2 feet.
Inshallah, within 5 years, you will see.
And I believe
people will be looking at Pakistan, and definitely a lot of good stuff is coming out. Just see.
In the next few years, there'll be more and more films coming out, and
the whole world will be looking towards Pakistan. I'm telling you.
So
is there more support as well? Do you think of like more, you know, like filmmakers and more? Is there the support for more Pakistani cinema,
no,
like in the country?
There is no support for Pakistani filmmakers. We take risks on our own. We find the people, you know, the right crew and the right cast who believe in something, and then we go with it. I mean, we're not a commercial, big Bollywood kind of a film. We're you know, an art house film, which is a very different sensibility for our country within the cinema
We are more
culture.
content-based filmmakers, I must say.
Sorry?
Content-based. You know, films are more
The films, I think they are based for the male fantasy or cater to the male fantasy in Pakistan. You know, you have the item number, the matka and the jhatka, and the song and dance, and the stories are very testosterone driven, you know. You hardly see stories with women or female heroines in the lead.
Yeah, same.
And our film has 2 heroines, in the, you know, like 2 female protagonists. So it was a tougher sell within Pakistan. But I'm glad we managed that hurdle and we made the film with the people who did support.
I mean, you find, I mean, looking at it as a parallel and everything, it feels it's got a similar competition as British cinema has with Hollywood. Like in terms of like Bollywood and Pakistani cinema, they both speak the same language.
And very good question. That's very true.
Do you feel it's similar?
You have to create your own identity. We are coming out there, you know, like films like Dukhtar, other films like their films are just coming up.
Yeah.
They have that all content which shows that these are Pakistani films. We can be the victim of identity crisis. As India has the same language with the lot of again that fantasy. We are not. Pakistan has always represented true kind of cinema, which can give them some identity in the world. If they follow that, if they true to their cause, like their problem, their way of entertainment, that is different. And we need to show that to the people of the world as well as to the people of Pakistan as well.
And do you feel, I mean, there's quite a bit of a flux of Pakistanis heading into Bollywood now in Indian cinema, and are you tempted by that at all, or are you thinking like staying homegrown, or to actually venture out either to India or to the West?
Even if somebody call us from Hollywood, it's same for us, or
He's
from
waiting
UK.
for his Hollywood call.
UK or from India, it's the same thing. An artist have no boundaries. It's a very so-called an old fund of saying the things like that, but
I think
seriously,
there's no boundary for artists. There's no boundary for
Any creative
storytellers.
person.
You go where your story takes you, and
I love Life is Beautiful. That is made in
Italy.
Italy.
Yeah, I love that film.
I love Cinema Paradiso. I love Sholay. I love Godfather. I love Irani films. I love them. I love French cinema. So you can't. So the world is getting more and more multicultural. So we are not part of it. That's the sad thing. But we are getting there day by day, closer to closer.
5 years. No, sooner.
Well, yes.
With you guys making those films.
Favorite food
in London,
in London or in
biryani.
नहीं जी गोभी गोश्त
Chicken biryani.
मेरी बेगम के हाथ का बना हुआ गोभी
This is gonna actually be captioned by some big company and get some product placement. Yeah.